Welcome to the Inspired by Jacqueline podcast, a refreshing place for women struggling with entrepreneurship, faith, or infertility. Stay tuned for today's episode. Hey everyone, Jacqueline Vazquez here again, and I'm excited to introduce to you an amazing special guest to the Inspired by Jacqueline podcast. A little bit about my friend and colleague and amazing person and human, Maira Ortiz. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember. I think we were chatting the other day. We don't even remember when we met. But it was just an amazing synergy and connection that we've been connected for years. So Maira Ortiz has over 15 years experience in the beauty industry, and she has become a true expert, not just an expert, a true expert in her craft. I personally am a testimony to that because she just transforms me every single time I go to her. So I am not transforming completely, but she brings out the best in me, right? So I am going to introduce her right now and have her share a little bit more. Hello, Maira.
Hello. How are you? Good.
Good. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
Well, yes, I have been, you've been very specific. I have been doing hair, makeup, or beauty for all these many years, but also because I believe that beauty, start from inside. So you have to kind of work a little bit more on the inside. So I've been working also with in the health industry with fitness and stuff like that. So I've been adding to that to my history of, beauty. So basically that's pretty much it, but it's the whole package.
Awesome. And that's pretty much where our conversation is going to go, right? Because we're going to talk about one, being entrepreneurs, but also building that confidence and looking how to look and feel amazing inside and out, and so you make everyone feel and look amazing on the outside, but also based on what you said, you're working on having that connection both inside and out.
That's correct.
Awesome. And so tell me, before we start, how do you start your mornings?
Well, the first thing I do, I set up my intentions. I always be thankful to God for everything He gave me, the new day, my health, every little thing. Very appreciating, grateful. So that's how I start my day, and putting my intention that everything is going to be positive in the best way. So if you start your day with that positive mindset, everything for sure it will be more in that tone.
That is like, I do that, plus I have to get my cup of coffee. Like,
well, yes, that's with the coffee.
But that's all. My cafecito does not go.
Yes, me too.
I said, well, God,
that's next to the table right there.
Yeah. I said, God, I'm here for you, but let me just get some energy first with that. But yes, that is so beautiful. And so I know I mentioned briefly in your intro that you've been in the industry, the beauty industry, for over 15 years. But how much of that have you been as an entrepreneur?
Well, I went to college for business administration. I didn't mention that. So that actually helped me a lot for, develop my business, but also I have in me this, entrepreneurial spirit. I always like to do my own thing, being unique, and just brings out my way. So the only way that you can do that when you do it on your own. But I started, like maybe around more than 20 years ago. It's being a long journey.
And so in that long journey, what points or what would you like to share with us as far as what were your struggles or any struggles that stand out that made a huge impact?
Well, when you work on your own and you want to do things, always, and you want to be different and you want to implement your ideas, it's always going to be a struggle because nothing is easy in life and you have to really keep on going. But the first thing that keep you pushing, it's believe in yourself and know that you can do it and have passion for what you do. If I tell you, all my struggles, we'll be here for like many hours. That's for sure. But, in general, struggles like people, don't believe in you, that you have to always prove to yourself, but you have to do for you first. And then, people are going to follow. So you have to keep on doing it. Yeah, as much as you believe in you, you're always going to keep on going. And yeah, this, the hardest struggle is being to prove yourself, just to show people that you really can do it. And, but after that, everything, get a little easier, but it never get easier.
That is so true because, you think that you accomplish one thing and you turn to the right and here's another situation or challenge.
And that's the beauty of this. Entrepreneurship, you're always gonna hit a wall where you have to figure it out, your way, your exit, how you're gonna grow and how you're going to improve and strategically. And that's why, to me, going back in circle to the same thing that I was saying, it's always working on yourself first. When you have this center of you where it's the core and you're strong on your mindset, everything, it makes easier.
So basically that can be a core point and bullet as far as,
Oh, wow. To me, honestly, I'll tell you this. I never have anybody to motivate me. I never have anyone that I could look up to. So what I will always in my life, what I did was I turned to books. I always read self-improvement books that helped me to direct to that direction that I want to go and just improve myself and see what my flows and how I can be better, and that was my mentor, books. And if you don't have people around there that it's going to help you with that, you have to take it on yourself and find the information right now. And we're talking about many years ago when there was no internet. Nothing. So I have to go sometime across the country to walk like hours just to get to the bibliothèque and get books and stuff like that because, I couldn't afford it, but that was not even an excuse. And that's why you really see how much you really want something when doesn't matter. Those are struggle too, I could say, I don't have money. I didn't have, a car. I don't have nobody, that motivates me. And it didn't matter. So that was from my beginning. That was actually the start, because mindset is the beginning. You can work on your body. You can do anything that you want to do, but if you don't have a mindset strong, nothing is gonna follow.
That is, oh my gosh, you're just hitting all the bullets that are important to me and that what I see that I've experienced as well. Describe in your own words what confidence means.
Confidence is a person that is secure, that believes in himself, that doesn't need approval of anybody, and you just have this faith inside, and that it's burning decision that you want to say, this is what I'm going to do. This is who I am. And that's I'm going to, interpret. That's confident.
That is awesome. And then is there a difference between confidence and being arrogant? And can that be confused?
Yes, there's a fine line between those two, because when someone is confident, you know your value and you know your worth, and but then you're humble. You know that you always have room for improvement to grow. And somebody that is what's the word you said? Arrogant is someone that think that it's on top of everybody, think that knows it all, and has nothing else to learn. So as long as you keep humble and you know that you don't know more than anybody, but you always have room for improvement and you're learning and learning and learning, and there's always something to learn, and keep your head down, but in a way that you can just, humble, and but knowing that you're worth. That is the meaning. That is the true thing.
That is awesome. And so I know you personally and being connected, and I know you as the type of person, you're high energy, you have this passion for, others and this passion for what you do. Has the difference between confidence and arrogance, has anyone ever confused that with you? And if so, how do you handle that?
Uh, mm, well, one of the things that most of the time I feel really, really ah so grateful and so happy, give me so much happiness is when somebody Google me online, found me, and they go to meet me and they say, wow, you are really exactly what I was looking at the picture on your website or things.
Mm,
Because um I don't know. It just, to me, even when I see myself, sometimes I feel myself like, silly and stuff. Because to me, like keeping my heart, very, very, in a way naive, in a way that I always open. I don't allow that any negative situation or
yes.
with someone has to do anything with the next person. I always do my best, and that makes me, like keep it preserve this energy that it just because you don't have the power with anybody else that it's
Mhm.
around you, but you have yours. So to me, honestly, so far I never have any bad experience with anybody, because
Okay.
it looks like I'm channeling exactly what it's really am, because I never
Perfect.
focus on how people want to see me. I will focus in what I want to share from my heart to people, and I think that's how they see me.
And that's
Make
what I get from you always, that, you know, I feel like I'm talking with your heart because you're just coming from such a genuine place, even though you have so much passion and excitement, because you have to be excited about what you do. You have to, we work in an industry, right? That we're connected with people. And if people don't, sometimes people need that vibrant energy, right?
yes.
Because you don't know what others are going through. And sometimes that extra amazing love and care that we bring to them is just, an excitement for them.
That's a part of what we offer. I work with beauty, and I'm like I say, it's not just about just make your face looking good. It's just also brings your personality, make you shine, and that is also it's just how I make you feel. So
I know you make me feel that all the time. I'm like,
love
you're like,
it.
okay, what do you want? I'm like, whatever you
Yes.
think I need right now.
I am very well connected with people's energy. So when I see people, it doesn't matter if I don't know them for a long time. As soon as I look to their eyes, I always like to see people's eyes, and I always like feel their energy. And somehow I cannot even explain to you about this, but it's just like I understand it. I know what they want, and I just put my love into it, and everything falls into place.
That is awesome. So we know that you mentioned, of course, with your expertise and everything, you work on the outside, you've become an expert. So tell me how you're working towards the inner part and bringing that as a full circle moment for people that you are connecting with or for future clients and all that.
So for the inner part, well, little backstory. I always was athletic, for instance, I was little. So to me, sport, being active has been part of my lifestyle. So it's just, being all my life. And to me, eating healthy, having, healthy habits, no smoking, not doing those things, and, working on your body and fall in love with yourself. It's the most beautiful and healthy thing that you can even do, because when you do that, you're going to give away
Mm,
what is inside you. And positive energy, a healthy habits, all this, it's just gonna create more, positive impact around you.
mm,
And it's kind of like a circle, you know what I mean?
right.
You give it, you back. You give and you get it back. So, and to me, now being also like more deep in the fitness, because you aging and you're getting older and you always have to keep up, and to
Mhm.
me, I'm like never gonna retire, because I mean there's so much that I can offer to people that no way, and I enjoy it. Like, why am I gonna be putting all these things away where many people can benefit from this, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, so you feel happy, you feel energetic, you're healthy, and you can do it, you can do it all. So and now fitness with working with people inside, and then bring it out, the whole package, like from inside and then out, and just kind of translate who you actually really are. It's
Mhm.
like, to me, I love those creating those masterpieces, and it's just like, yes.
That is so awesome. And you know what? Even though I haven't connected with you on the fitness side and all that, when I'm sitting in the chair, I just feel a transformation, not on the outside only, but inside, because it's just, your energy and the conversation. And so I can see how you can bring that together to clients and make it something that I can see you not retiring, because it's part of your energy, it's part of your vibe. I love it.
Yes, yes. There's always room for improvement. And, one thing I discovered over the years is like, when I'm helping someone, when I'm doing something for someone, and I'm so grateful and blessed that actually what I do is so beautiful,
Mm.
from every angle. Like, I work with like in the most special people's moments,
Mhm.
and interesting things. So it's like, it's amazing. And one thing is like, I can bringing all this and put it all together, and how people vibrate, you know what I mean? And how they flourish. It
Mhm.
just gives so much joy. And I just like, I cannot even tell you, there's no age, there is no, deadline. There is no timeline for all this. It's just like, you have to keep it, because also it helped me. When I'm helping someone, I'm helping myself.
Mm.
It's a really beautiful and magic, atmosphere where,
Wow.
to me, that's why I keep evolving me, and giving me even more ideas and more things to do. And
Mhm.
one thing I like about you, Jacqueline, is that's why we're going to sing so much. It's just because you have such a pure heart, and
Mm.
you and we have kind of the same synergy,
Yeah.
because you have the same intention, in
Mhm.
everything you do. And I love you for that. And I'm
Oh, I love you too. Oh my gosh. And my partner, who's my husband, he loves you too, because you did something spectacular with a client that we had. This was years ago, and maybe that was the first event we did
That's
together.
actually was 2009.
Yeah, yes, with Ida. And oh my gosh, he was totally impressed because the ceremony was outside in Central Park. And I know there's a side note, but it's really important, because when you've won him over, it's like you're just magic.
It has been
And
forever.
and he said, I cannot believe that this bride did not sweat a bit. Like, her makeup was intact the entire day. And it was a very hot June day.
I
And
remember.
so from that moment, he's like, Myra is like hands
My
down.
little angel.
So, with that said, define what beauty is to you and how important it is to embrace your beauty.
Beauty to me is being, confident, and being also comfortable with yourself. That to me
Mm,
is beautiful, because it's just like, everybody is beautiful in their own ways,
mhm.
and everybody have, their things that you make them unique. And to me, that's beautiful. So that's why when I design, like, okay, or I work in beauty, I work with creation. Every time I look at a face, I look at a person, I don't look a mold, I look you and how I can enhance you. So when I see you shining and see the whole, you being happy and showing what it's all about you. It's just that's beautiful. I mean, that's beauty. That's beauty. Your heart, it's like some people can be so beautiful outside, like physically, but then, you see the other part and it just doesn't go.
It's
So
a
to me,
disconnect.
yes, but being confident, I add that too, because when you believe in you and like you love yourself and you put all this together, it's just that you're beautiful, no matter
So
what.
how, with that said, what 2 or 3 tips would you share with someone in reference to a woman who's struggling in feeling beautiful? Like, what would you suggest?
The first thing I would say, always, like if you don't have people around you that can help you, feed your mindset first. Trying to reach out, going to reading books or podcasts, whatever makes you that you get information on your mind that you can actually grow. And then after, just take care of yourself, practice self-care, take care of your health, your fitness, go to the gym, go for a walk. That's part of you. That's how it start. And when you start doing this, everything is going to start falling into place and you're going to have direction of what you can do. Very simple.
Yeah, very simple.
And you can just that's the first step, and one to 10, but you start with this and I promise you, mindset, the couple step with action, and you're going to be on your way. You're going to see the answer, all your answer. Yes.
How do you enjoy your time off?
My time off, I'm going to tell you this. I never have 100% time off. I always have something on the schedule. And maybe that's what keep me, motivated all the time. And I do even, I do self-care, obviously. I have my massage day, I have, I can read a book because I love read. I can schedule my downtime with, I can go for a walk. I can just go relax and just see the water, many different things. But I cannot have one day completely, on the limbo. I have to kind of like do that and, do other things. And I like a mix of variation and doing different, things that it kind of keep everything balanced.
You led me to the next question, which is there a way to have a balance? Or how do you look at the day? Let's say you just mentioned there's no day off 100%. So how do you kind of create a balance, but for you to have peace?
Listening to your body. Listening to your body. When I have so much on my schedule, and let's say, as I know, like obviously a meeting or client, I respect that so much. But when I have those, because I always have like those free time, like in time in the between that I have things, but it can be movable. And I listen to my body, like, you know what? I supposed to go to the gym today and do leg work, but my body said that one just to chill. And you know what? I'm not doing it today. I'm going to chill, because also recovery is so important that also working out. So you have to listen to your body. You have to connect with you. So now you know when you actually need to pull back and say, no.
And this way you don't get burned out.
Exactly. In life, nothing is perfect. Nothing gonna be, you're never going to be 100% perfect in every part of your life. You're always going to have to juggle it. You're going to have to pull strings, more this side. But now when you feed one part, now you have to leave that one and get back to the other one a little bit. That's life. Nothing is never going to be flow completely. And that is balance. It's just moving one side to the other.
Like I love that. Because there's no true balance. There's no 50-50.
No, there is no. Could be 25, and not even. They're never even. You have to be, your body is not perfect. Your body, even when you look at your body, your 2 legs, one is stronger than the other one. One has your eyes, the one side that it's sick. There's no balance.
Wow. I love that.
The same way you manage life. So now you know that you have to, okay, move this. Now I move here. So you go with the flow, and but just don't be careless with things like, okay, neglecting, or procrastinating one thing to the other. You just go back and forth, and that's it. And prioritizing what's the most important thing too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we waste a lot of time in things that don't matter.
That is so true. That is so true. And so, what is something you have done for your own personal growth?
Well, I invest a lot time for me. I have been, especially recently, I'm going to mention this because I have been working a lot with my fitness journey. And last year that I won the competition, that I was like 100% into this, I invest a lot of money on my education. And the same thing I do when now that you're doing your event planning, your books, stuff like that. It's a lot of money that you're investing on research and traveling and, learning and looking out for people that actually can give you more information. All this costs money. So this is investment, and, it leads to the other things. So for me, I feel like grow is part of, investment. You have to, when something that you really are passionate, something that you're convinced that you want to pursue, you have to be invested in everything you do. So for me, this is my latest, because I have been doing beauty for over 20 years now. I'm always keep up with the trend, but then it's kind of like a little tweak the and there. But then when you really are into something new, you have to really work on this. One thing that I appreciate so much about my personality is that I am someone that always like to do the best. I want to be the best on whatever I'm doing. And for that, you always have to research, you have to train, you have to be disciplined, you have to really hustle, and do the best you can.
So tell me something, what is the most important lesson that you've learned in your career?
Well, the most important lesson, that's a tough one, but I think, maybe not to have better communication. Yes, better communication. Because sometimes on the beginning, I used to kind of interpret and then just kind of go with, oh yeah, that's how it is. But then now, with all many years doing this and knowing different personality, the more I learn, it's just that, let me really understand what they really trying to say. Because sometimes they don't know how to communicate, but communication, it's in my part, working with people, is just, it's my duty. Don't understand it. They don't know. They don't really, they're not professional. They don't know how to translate. So that has been, yes. So be better at communication.
That is awesome. And then what would you tell someone who is running a business and they might be struggling with a situation, maybe a health concern, or, maybe they want to change their mind and stop being an entrepreneur, but more or less, what would you say to someone?
I would say that if they have a health issue, they have to focus and looking, help for their health, prioritize their personality, and trying to, work maybe a little less. Maybe I don't know what the needs. That all depends, the priority. But always your priority is gonna be you, because if you're not healthy, you cannot really do anything in life. So that's is a must. But if you are not sure that you are going to be an entrepreneur, maybe this is not for everybody. Some people are more comfortable just being happy with other people saying, just following the rules, and that's it. So, and one thing I would suggest is just maybe getting a job or something related to what they do, and then have a part-time where take a part-time for them to develop something that they can good at it, that if they have what if, and then working on the side, and eventually if that works in the future, that you can do more, and then the other job could be fading it out. You know what I mean? But that would give you some security.
Yep.
it can support your, what you're trying to venture that you want to do. Because sometimes it's, it takes time to cough.
And you don't get, sometimes if, as an entrepreneur, especially if your business is based on clients, there are months that might be greater than other months. Some
Yes.
months you don't get no calls. And
Yes.
some months, so you have to learn, like you said earlier, research, learning, and educating yourself so that you can prepare better.
Yes.
So maybe you don't enter the business and the career or the journey with all the experience, but it's up to you to learn.
Yeah, but there's a few keys for any business, entrepreneur or not entrepreneur, that will always gonna make you success. And it's just, you have to know that you have to be disciplined. That you have to have a goal clear in mind, what you want to. If you don't have those things and you have you have to be persistent, you're never going to succeed in life, because you have to know that, you sometimes you need to have hundreds of attempts to get better at something. And the more you do, the better you go. But discipline, what's gonna make you that structure, so you can keep up doing these things. And you say, I'm gonna set up a schedule, or that it's from time this time I'm gonna be working, and you have to respect that. But that you have to train yourself, mindset. Like I said before, you have to work on your mindset, because it's not easy when nobody have to tell you what time you have to get up, do something, and you just chilling there, and then maybe you don't feel like, but you have to do it. But you have to treat your business as more important than actually being an employee to somebody else, because in the future, your life is just going to decline. And it's not like you're going to be successful, honestly, working for somebody else. But entrepreneur is something that you really know what's the consequences, what the benefit that you're going to get from it, but what it takes to it. So what the structure you need to have to move forward and doing those things. And the more you do it, you're never going to get it right from the beginning. You have to get used to those things. That's why it's better always to have a side job, and then, but eventually work to you. It's always going to be the time that you really have to invest the more, because that's going to be your freedom,
Yeah, it's yours. And like you said, prioritizing so that it's not all work, because then you're going to get burned out.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
Research, most important, what the career that you want to do. Picture yourself, if this is something that you're really going to enjoy, this is something aligned with your personality. Because if not, and then you're gonna be wasting your time. What it has to take to do this? What's the investment? All this research that you have to do before, and you have to visualize it. Everything you have to do, it's always and it's gonna save you a lot of time. And in any industry, always gonna be ups and downs. And knowing that, okay, if you make whatever the amount in a year, distribute it equally, because in the downtime, you need to learn how to save, how to have for those times that you don't, you have to spend less that you can really, make. It's a lot, logistic.
Right.
So, but the bottom line here is education.
Yeah.
In anything.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And not depending on someone to give you that information, you go get that information.
Oh yeah. If you're an entrepreneur, that means that you're the one that is going after your dreams.
Exactly.
You're a dream chaser, and you have to work on that. So nobody's going to hand it to you.
Yeah. And so if you had the option of selecting a superpower, what would that superpower be?
Mind reading.
Ooh.
Yes.
And why mind reading?
Because it's hard these days, people being honest, even with themselves. They lie to themselves. They create these, things that they think they are something they're not. And that would be great when you're trying to help someone and really see what they actually are, what they're thinking. That would be amazing. So, because, the first thing of being honest, you have to be honest with yourself. If you know your flaws, you know what your problems are, right away, you know what to start working on it, But if you lie to yourself, definitely you lie to everybody else too.
Yeah.
So Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is so important. So out of our whole conversation, what do you think are the biggest takeaways for the listeners?
I think it's three things, I guess. Believing in yourself. And I don't know if I think for now I've been focused so much on the person, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
even from beauty point to mindset to, well-being, it's all about we started from in the inner. We had to work on these things, and that is when you know where you are, who you are, it's so much easier to, go from there. So people, that's what we had to do.
Awesome. And then I'm going to give you an opportunity to share anything that maybe I didn't ask you, but I do want to share. You did mention something about being in a competition,
Yes.
and I watch your journey and all that. I'm so proud of you because that is super like hectic and like, oh my gosh. I know you spent a lot of time and energy in that, but I was so proud of you for
Thank you.
that's something that I was like, oh my gosh, would I be able to do something like that, like a competition that, but I felt like you were doing it for you, not for anybody else.
I did it for me because, like I
And
said,
tell and share what type of competition it was.
it's a fitness competition. It's at WBFF, which is stand World Beauty, Fitness and Fashion. I love fashion. I work in the beauty industry, and just part of the whole thing. But also, it makes you the whole journey with this is no people think it's more like physical looking good, and it's not about that. When you go to prep and those 3 months leading to the competition, that way you have to work is a mental toughness that you have to really work on. You have all this temptation, you have all these things that you have to be super disciplined, and you see that you're just right there, and if just a few things can just break you, you know what I mean? But then you really take this strength and then keep on going. Actually, I did it once and I want to keep doing that or every time that I can, because the more you do work and put your mind at this stress in this test, it's kind of like it proves you that how strong you are, and not just that, and how much power is in you that you're not even using it. So
Mm,
to me, one of the things that has led me far in life in my own experience is because I always expose myself to grow, to always go to the next level, no matter what. And just me doing this, it proved me that I am a superwoman, that
mm,
I am someone that I put my mind into something and I can do it. And it just confirmed what I want. It's a feeling, and it's just an accomplishment that is priceless. And so, for other people, they see it as a vanity, and you know what? On top of that, I love fashion. And who doesn't want vanity either? Who doesn't want to, yeah, that's just like the top of the cherry, like just to make everything just pretty. But I like that I have become more humble every time. The
mm,
more I know me, the more to me it's just like if I shine, when you feel good, clothes, everything it doesn't matter. You just shine. You can wear the most simple thing and
mm.
you're gonna look amazing, because you glowing.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's so true. And so is there anything I didn't ask you that you would like to share?
I think that, I just want to people know that, I'm always going to be striving for working towards beauty in and out. But to me, I'm finding another passion, which is like, I would like to help a lot of people to reach their goals. And especially women's after their 50s, because I see so many people thinking
Mm,
that they're done, and there's so much life after this.
mm.
now we have wisdom, we have all this experience, and so we know what we want, you know. So now we have all this distraction and back, you know, because you already raised your kids. If you haven't, if you don't, now you don't want that. Now you took off all this nonsense out of your life, and now you focus on yourself. So it's like giving another opportunity.
Finding your true womanhood and embracing it.
Yes, and a purpose.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That is so.
Purpose. I cannot live without purpose. You, Jackie, I'm gonna take you on my journey too.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I'm waiting for you.
Yes, because I feel very comfortable with you, and like you said, we have a synergy that is just very beautiful, and so I'm really, really embracing that. So is there anything else you want to share? If not, tell everyone how they can reach you and connect with you,
Yes.
whether it's beauty on the inside out or all of it.
Yes, no, I'm easy to reach. I am on the social media, Maira Vazquez for fitness and Maira Ortiz for makeup and hair. So I have everything separate, people. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm always any comments or anything, I'm just easy to reach. Any question, I'm very happy to help anybody that needs my help.
Awesome. Well,
Thank you, Jacqueline, for having me here.
Oh,
It was a pleasure. And I hope that I can be a light for other people. So a pleasure. I'm really very nice. Thank you.
Awesome. And so thank you so much again. I'm truly honored that you were here. Such a blessing to always listen to you. I always like to just sit in the chair and just listen to you, because it's just, you have so, I love to hear your voice. I love to hear your energy. And so thank you again for being here. And so for everyone else, I hope that you wrote some notes and that you are ready to work both in the outside, but also in the inside, so that, you know, whatever situations that you're going through, etc., that you know that you can do it. You've heard Maira and her story and her accomplishments. And I suggest that you tune in and follow her on Instagram. I'll share her contact info in the show notes, and stay tuned for the next episode of Inspired by Jacqueline. Take care.